Crazy. And the chat's going crazy as well. $278 people watching. Ross Chastain wins. And you guys will get to hear all the post-race interviews. Hopefully nobody cusses up a storm here. I will apologize forefront of that. In case something of that happens, because there may be tempers following this race today. Unbelievable. Definitely be getting an interview with race winner Ross Chastain. First career win. 4 straight top 3 finishes. So he knocks... First of all, he knocked the 8 car of Tyler Reddick a little bit wide in the S's. Got to the lead. AJ Allmendinger put the bumper to Ross Chastain a couple corners before Ross Chastain had slammed into the back bumper of Allmendinger after Bowman made a dive bomb move to get to the inside of Allmendinger, which would have led him to the outside in turn 19. And that was the corner where Chastain had dumped AJ. AJ got sideways, slammed into the 48, giving the opening on the bottom for Chastain to go through the final couple corners and win the race. AJ can't be mad at all. He bumped Chastain past him. That is very true. Rubbin's racing. That is very true. And AJ's usually a pretty good sport, too. Knowing that when he races like that he expects it to happen back. I don't know about Bowman, though. Bowman was on the outside. He got around those guys clean, and then AJ just got knocked right into him. Great job by Bowman keeping it out of the gravel and being able to, with the heavy damage, work his way back to the start-finish line, finishing second. That was almost reminiscent of Talladega 2005 when Brian Vickers had 2006 when Brian Vickers got his first career win, turning Jimmy Johnson into Dale Jr. on the final lap. It kind of felt like that to me. But I do agree with some of you guys down in the chat that Allmendinger was the one that hit him first a couple corners prior. Chastain did also run Allmendinger super wide. Gage had a shot, went for the lead too early. You got to take the run when you get it, though. I knew going into turn 12 that was going to be his best opportunity to make a pass, and he gained a lot of time there, and that what's what set him up for the stadium section of the racetrack where he had actually gotten alongside Chastain after putting the bumper to him. I'm a Michigan Wolverines fan. The Haunted, I'm not going to repeat what you stated down in the chat, but that is funny. Hey, one of the spotters hopped in the car with Ross Chastain to get a ride back to victory lane. That's pretty cool. Unique. I don't think I've seen that before. We got 99 likes on the stream. Our goal is 100. Let's get there right here, right now. We still have a post-race show to go through. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already for more daily NASCAR content. Almost 300 people watching right at the end of the race. Currently, Ross Chastain doing burnouts on the front stretch. Again, this is not only Ross Chastain's first career win, but it's also the first career win for Trackhouse Racing as an organization in NASCAR. 6 different winners in the first 6 races this year, 3 of which have gotten their first career win. Here is Regan Smith with Ross Chastain, and the watermelon smash from Ross Chastain. For the first time in NASCAR Cup Series history, as far as I know, a watermelon will be thrown in a victory celebration mode on the front stretch. He didn't do it in front of the crowd, though. He did it in front of the team. I think he should have done it in front of the crowd so they could have seen more of it. Justin Marks giving Ross Chastain a big hug. First win for both of them in the NASCAR Cup Series. And here is Reagan with Ross.
Be denied. You had to fend him off at the end. You go from first to third. There was beating. There was banging. What was that last lap like, and what is this first win like?
I don't know, Reagan. That's insane to go up against some of the best with AJ. I mean, I know he's going to be upset with me, but we race hard, both of us, and he owes me one, but when it comes to a cup win, man, I can't let that go down without a fight. So Justin Marks, Trackhouse, Onyx Holmes, iFly, Advent Health, the Moose, a million Moose members, they better be celebrating tonight all across the country and the world. Phil Surgeon, man, he is so good. People don't know how good this group is. I can't believe Justin Marks hired me to drive this car, Regan.
You lost control of that final restart. You get a good restart on the outside, which nobody had done. What did you have to do to make that happen? And how's that watermelon tasting right now?
It's never tasted sweeter, I gotta tell you. I don't know how we got back by. I was so worried about AJ on the second to last restart that I let Tyler drive right by both of us. And AJ's so good. I've learned so much from him. And it was like, how do you go beat the guy? He taught me so much, and I've learned so much from so many people, from 417 Speedway back home with my dad. I was thinking about him those late restarts. My dad used to make me race on old tires. And back then, if I raced on old tires, I was not going to win. It was in my head before I even started. And it crossed my mind, like, we're not going to win, we're on old tires. But I couldn't think that way. I thought neutral. Chevrolet, everything they do for me, gave me the tools to try to go execute, and we did it.
And more celebrations with Ross Chastain and the rest of his team. Jamie Little with Alex Bowman.
Bowman and Alex, you ran there in the top 10 all day, but you almost snuck that one away. What's your takeaway from that last couple of laps there in battling for the win?
Yeah, for sure. Just we had a really fast Ally Camaro. I've really been trying to do a better job as a race car driver at these road courses, and I felt like from where we started the weekend, I accomplished that. So proud of Greg and all the guys. Hate that we didn't come away with the win, but happy for Ross getting his first win. It's been a crap weekend, so I'm ready to get home and see the dogs and move on to next weekend. Glad to come away with a second place finish.
All right, hope you feel better.
Again, that was Alex Bowman with Jamie Little. I think Regan Smith is probably going to be getting an interview with Justin Marks. He was talking to him. Never mind, they're cutting the commercial. It's all right. They waited long enough, I guess, after the race was over to cut the commercial. I'll give them a pass. We'll go through the finishing order of today's race. I'm sure you guys are waiting for that. Those of you that are sticking around, we'll do that right now to start the post-race. Ross Chastain with career win number 1. He led the most laps today, 31 laps led. In the end, it is definitely deserved. Even with the last lap scuffle between him, Allmendinger, and Bowman. Alex Bowman finishes second with that wrecked race car at the end, was able to limp at those final couple corners. Christopher Bell finished about 1.8 seconds off the race lead in third. Chase Elliott finished in fourth. More on him in a little bit. Tyler Reddick rounds out the top 5. He was in the lead on that final restart for a brief moment. Actually led coming into the overtime restart, but fell back to 5th. Ryan Blaney finished in 6th. Martin Truex Jr. 7th. Austin Cindric 8th. Eric Jones 9th. And Austin Dillon rounds out the top 10. Kevin Harvick will finish 11th. William Byron 12th. Michael McDowell 13th. Brad Keselowski 14th. Justin Haley rounds out the top 15. Todd Gilliland 16th. Harrison Burton 17th. Denny Hamlin 18th. Eric Almirola 19th. And Ty Dillon rounds out the top 20. Chris Buescher in 21st. Josh Bilicki 22nd. Cole Custer 23rd. Daniel Suarez 24th. Kaz Grala 25th. Boris Said 26th. Cody Ware 27th. Kyle Busch, 28th. Something must have happened to him late in the race. I did not see what happened. He was in the top dozen, but he finishes 28th. Kyle Larson, 29th. So something happened to Larson late. Larson was involved in that last accident. That's what it was. But that's why he finished 29th. And Chase Briscoe ended up finishing 30th after he led a lot of laps, or a couple laps, was in the top 3 most of the day as well. Joey Logano, 31st. Kurt Busch, 32nd. AJ Allmendinger, 33rd after leading at one point coming to the final lap, or on the final lap with less than a half lap to go. 34th was Larice Hensman, who finished 7 laps down. He was the first of the few drivers at DNF today. Joey Hand, 35th. Tough break for him. He was running top 15 most of the day before his mechanical failure. Corey LaJoie had an issue bringing out a late caution as well. Finished 36th. Stenhouse brought out a yellow in the final stage, stalling out. He finished 17 laps down in 37th. Bubba Wallace lost a left rear tire. So more on that coming up later in the week with possible suspensions to that race team or with the crew members involved in that tire not being secured on the race car tightly. And then Andy Lally rounds out the field today. He had a mechanical issue very early in this race in that first stage. Rounds out the field in 39. So that was your full running order. We'll go through what my predictions were going into the race today, where those 5 spotlight drivers finished. Chase Elliott was my pick to win. He ended up having a good day at the end. He scored stage points, I believe, in both stages today. I know he did in stage 1. I think he did in stage 2 as well. But anyway, Chase Elliott ends up finishing in 4th. Good top 10 for him. Good top 5 for him, really. And I'm thinking he will still be the points leader following this race today, even though he is winless still on the season. As far as the other spotlight drivers go, the sleeper picks, I had AJ Allmendinger and Ross Chastain for the sleeper picks today. They did not disappoint. Ross Chastain, of course, gets the win, his first career win, and first win for Trackhouse Racing, as mentioned. AJ Allmendinger finished 32nd. Virtue of consistency with how I do this, with the predictions and how I rank them, he did finish 32nd, and he did not get any stage points today because he didn't play the strategy to get stage points running part-time. I figured he would do that. He finishes 32nd with no stage points. That is not a good fantasy day, so I have to say I was wrong with A.J. Allmendinger, even though obviously he ran well and had a shot to win. For consistency's sake of how I grade that I have to grade it as a no-go. So it looks like I was 2 for 3 on those predictions. And then the drivers who I predicted to not run well, not finish in the top 10, are coming up soon because Jamie Little is with A.J. Allmendinger.
Your day ended in the care center. What is your take on what happened between you and Ross Chastain there at the end?
I mean, at the end of the day, we all got to look at ourselves in the mirror, and if you're okay with it, you're okay with it. Each person's different. So more than anything, proud of Colored Racing. The action industry Chevy was so fast. I think if we could have had just a long run, nobody was going to touch us. So pit stops are great. Everybody at Colored Racing, all the men and women, you know, it's just a lot of sleepless nights for them right now, trying to just get these cars to the next race. So I was doing everything I could to try to sweep the weekend for them. We were that close. So, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, each person's got to make the move that they're comfortable with, and that's fine. So we'll, at the end of the day, we know we had a shot to win the race. It's tough to win a cup race. So when you put yourself in a position to legitimately run up front all day and have a shot to win it, it's a pretty great day. Unfortunately, just needed about 2 more corners.
Thanks, AJ.
That was AJ Allmendinger again with Jamie Little in our post-race show. The 2 drivers in the predictions video and the predictions live stream before the race went started that I predicted to not have top 10s and not run well today, they both finished outside the top 10, so I was right on both of those predictions as well. Kevin Harvick finished 11th. I don't think he got any stage points either. He ran outside the top 10 all day long. And Brad Keselowski, who was abysmal today, he was running outside the top 30 for a large part of the race. He did get to 14th on those final couple restarts. I think he was one of the drivers that had fresher tires as well. So, hey, he made the most out of what was a terrible day all day. The fact he finished 14th, honestly, is a win for that team, but I was also right with that prediction. And I don't believe he had any stage points either to go along with it. So, 4 for 5 on my predictions this week, and if Allmendinger didn't get wrecked with 2 turns to go from Ross Chastain, it would have been 5 for 5 this weekend. The only one I would have gotten wrong was predicting Chase Elliott to win. So, honestly, this week was probably my best week in predictions. So, getting back in the thick of things as far as trying to get all that predicted correctly. Keeping track of it for the season total. I haven't predicted any winners correct this season, but I think I'm above 500 in all 3 of the categories, from sleeper picks to drivers you should have in your lineup, and telling you guys that they're going to have good days. and the drivers who will not run well, not running well. So in that aspect, I'm in the right direction finally. I should have had a good fantasy day as well. We'll take a look at that fantasy team right here because we do have fantasy, of course, on the channel. There's 90 people watching right now. I know there's not that many in the fantasy league. You can go here. I'll show you right now on the screen. This is how we play NASCAR fantasy. You can go to the fantasy portion of the website or the mobile app. You can sign up with your email. It is free to join. Chance to win 2 tickets to any NASCAR race if you're choosing a 2023 Cup Series, of course, excluding the Daytona 500. Having a lot of buffering going on right now. So we'll see how my fantasy team did today. Unfortunately, Allmendinger didn't get a good finish. I think he's the only one that I can think of that didn't have a good day on my fantasy team. Then again, Kyle Larson didn't have a good day either, so I would have had 10 extra points if Larson was in my lineup over Allmendinger, but everybody else had great runs. Cindric finished 8th. Blaney finished 6th, and I think Blaney had more stage points than any other driver today as well. Ross Chastain obviously won. Chase Elliott had a top 5. He finished 4th. So if I would have had Larson in my lineup, I would have done better. And as far as the bonus points go, I got bonus points for Elliott finishing better than Allmendinger. And that was it. Only 10 bonus points. That's where I lacked this week. But on the overall actual race itself, not too bad. Take a look on the top right of the screen. This week, it looks like EC23 is the unofficial winner of our KRC League race at Circuit of the Americas. Of course, this is before post-race inspection, so if anybody fails inspection, the points will be alternated otherwise. But as far as EC23 goes for right now, it looks as if he will be the winner at COTA for our fantasy league this year. The Plow V3 finishes in second with 203 points. Also, EC23 at 208 points today. P-Shat Motorsports with 190 finishing third. Tim Irvin, Super B-Man 1, finishes with 187 in fourth. And I think this is my best finish of the season. Top 5, 180 points in fifth. And Inside Uranus, who was the season points leader coming into the race today, finishes 14th. So a lot of us in the league are going to catch up to him. I think he still will be the points leader. He had about a 100-point lead, even though he got outscored by about 68 points. He should still be the points leader. What a wild race today. Circuit of the Americas. 14th is good for that team with the penalty. Yes, I just predicted him to not have a top 10, so I was right with that side of things. See what you guys are talking about. I saw a lot of your guys' reaction to the finish of the race. You guys are going insane just like I was. Probably the most chaotic finish to a race so far this season. But what a great day. Great day for racing. And it ended up being a great race. Of course, this was the historic first race on a road course with the next-gen car, and I don't think it disappointed. I think we could all collectively say it did not disappoint. Drama at the end of it, and I'm sure A.J. Allmendinger will remember getting turned by Ross Chastain, because remember that Chastain has been good on the road courses last year, and obviously he wins the first one this year. The team's had speed. He may contend for wins on road courses going forward this season. And A.J. Allmendinger is running most of the road courses on the Cup Series schedule this year. I think the only one he's probably not going to end up running is likely going to end up being Sonoma, and that's because he is racing not in Sonoma that weekend, wherever the Xfinity Series races that weekend, which actually he may be able to run that race because I think the Xfinity Series has off. They usually run Mid-Ohio, but they're not running Mid-Ohio this year. The Truck Series is. So he may actually be out there, but regardless of the fact, yeah. Your best finish this season in fantasy? Yeah, I think it is. The year of the rookies. Well, they're not rookies. But year of drivers getting their first career wins, yes. Well, Cindric's a rookie. He had a top 10 today, too. 8th place finish. He kind of ran 7th to 10th most of the day. He was in the top 3 at one point. There was a restart at the very beginning of Stage 3, and I think it was the first restart of the final stage after the Stage 2 break where he got spun off of turn 11. And so he came from pretty far back in the field to still get a top 10. I think that's credit worthy. But that was a lot of fun here in this one. I think we're going to sign off. Thank you for everybody hitting the like button as well. 114 likes on the stream today, so we hit our goal of 100. Thanks for all the super chats. This is the most amount of super chats I've ever gotten on the channel. I think that, let's see, where is he at? Yeah, Kenny Cab gets the biggest shout out for that, but there were other people that also sent in super chats today as well. Appreciate all of them that came in. And we'll be back at it again another time. No live race commentary next weekend at Richmond. I'm going to my grandparents to watch the race there, spending time with the family to watch the race next weekend. But the weekend after, I will make it up to you guys because we will be doing a doubleheader. Live commentary of the NASCAR Xfinity Series race the Friday night at Martinsville. And then we will also be doing the live commentary of the Cup race that Saturday night. I do have to work both days, but I should be able to get home in time for the start of both races. Pre-race for Saturday, we might not do a live stream of the pre-race. I think I might have a pre-recorded video from Thursday going up just in case. I'll probably film it, edit it. It's just going to depend on whether it will upload or not, depending on what time I can get home from work. I should get home in time to be able to live stream the pre-race, but be on the lookout for that as well. Thanks to all the new subscribers of the channel. Definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. A lot of you guys tuned in again today. About 75% of viewers of the channel over the last 28 days are not subscribed to the channel. That was an analytic I looked at after last weekend. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I know you guys keep coming back for more, especially with the live race commentary for the real races on the weekend like today, so definitely make sure you do so. You won't want to miss any more of the live commentary races this year. Doing 22 in total this season. I think this is race number 4, so we still have 18 to go yet. A lot more coverage of the actual races, as well as at the track coverage with the race highlight videos from the grandstands for the races I go to in person. I've been at 3 Cup races already this year. I was at every race during Speed Weeks for Daytona and for the Daytona 500. I was at the Cup race for Atlanta last week. I was at the Cup race for Auto Club. Next race that I will be going to in person will be Dirt Bristol, and I have made my mind up. I will be there both days. I should get there early enough on Saturday with it being a night race both days. So I'll be at the truck race on Saturday night, and I'll be at the Cup race on Easter Sunday. So race highlights of both of those races that weekend as well. Originally, I was only going to go to the Cup race, but I made my decision up that I will be at the truck race that Saturday night as well. So thank you, everybody. Will we get YouTube notice? As far as the stream itself getting noticed by other people, I think other people are aware that I do this for sure. But I'm gonna get to the bottom of that issue I had with that email, something about the closing captions for the streams. I'll figure that out tonight, hopefully, or tomorrow morning, whatever ends up happening there. But thank you again for everybody tuning in. I preface this a lot. I actually didn't preface it a lot during the race today, and I probably should have, but like and subscribe again for more daily NASCAR content. Next live stream on the channel will be tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be road course racing on the channel. NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005 at the Texas Road Course. Texas infield on that game. It's the next race of our custom schedule season. We're about halfway through the year, and our driver Greg Biffle only has a 7-point lead over Dale Jr. Things are heating up. It is tight going into another fantasy road course on the schedule. The last couple have been wild. I'm sure tomorrow night will be wild as well. So again, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard start time for that one. And then race highlight video from today's live commentary will be out on the channel as well tomorrow. Thank you all so much once again. Can't appreciate it enough. It's just so hard to... I'm so gratified to be able to do this. And I work hard at this, and I'm glad that it shows, it pays off, and I'm glad you guys enjoy it, most importantly, as well, and you're getting some fun out of it as well as I am. Thanks for watching the race again. Until next time, catch you guys later.